Give you the 250 highlights from Budds Creek. Next to last round of the Pro Motocross Championship. Haiden Deegan uses the inside to perfection to get the lead. There's a massive pileup around the outside, and Deegan was thinking title today, and that was a big step.
Yeah, well, I think Haiden was thinking title in the back of his mind. That was at least his word. He wanted to come out and put wood to these guys.
Yes.
And that first moto, he's able to do that, but big crash with Max Hanstey going down, Time Master Pool, a bunch of these riders. When someone was able to get up and ride, Max had to pull into the pits. I don't know if he was hurt. I didn't see him out there the second moto,
That's
but
right.
RJ was out here. He goes down the first lap, but does a good job of getting back up, finishing 9th that first moto. And then it was the rookie, Julian Bremer, running second behind Levi, gets passed by Chance Hymas, who looked froggy in the beginning part of the race. He tries to go after Levi Kitchen, which was riding really good, but yeah, it was good to see Julian up. And then all of a sudden, you can see Chance goes up on the inside of Levi. Levi starts fading, and we were wondering, was there something going on with the motorcycle? But come to find out, he was sick, started to fill in the mid part of that moto, does a great job at recovering, and ends up in 3rd place after Chance goes down. Our own Adam Cincerella was talking about Haiden Deegan wrapping up championship. He goes down right here, but Haiden gets back up, and no stress because he had almost a 30-second lead. And this was the final lap. Chance Hymas, only a few corners left. Tom Vial was right behind him. This was for second, and that's going to loom large towards the end of the day with the overall, him being from second potentially to now 8th.
Yeah.
But it was the guy all year long, Jason.
It was, and this title was going to happen, but we didn't know what happened in Moto 1. But with Kitchen taking 3rd and Deegan the Moto win, that was enough to wrap up the title in the first Moto of the day. And the full celebration would come in Moto 2, but he does get the hug from mom and dad. We go to Moto number 2. This time Deegan does not get the start from the inside.
Yeah, didn't get the jump, gets pinched off by these guys. And as we've been talking all day, start position on the first lap is a huge key, and Haiden figured that out the second moto. But it was Levi Kitchen back out front again, feeling pretty good. And we were wondering how he's going to finish it off. Right now, this is battle for 9th, 10th, and 11th. Haiden was behind his teammate since the first lap, and Nick Romano kept fighting, eventually got passed by RJ, who gets around Nick, and then Haiden still had to fight against him and go, but it was just a difficult moto for him, but kind of hard for him. And then it was Tom Vial making his way around Jalik Swoll, making his way up into 3rd place, and then tried to set his sights on the 2 leaders out front, Chance Hymas and Levi Kitchen, who's out front about 5 seconds.
I thought Hymas was going to get Kitchen multiple times, but Kitchen answered each call and holds on for the Moto win, and with 3-1 scores, takes the overall. Hymas, because of that crash in Moto 1, 2-8, not in contention for the overall. And here's Deegan, 10th in the Moto. This is actually worst of the season, and he said he was only concerned with one thing, get to the finish line and hold this #1 plate.
Well, he accomplished that.
That's a big one, only his 2nd full season as a pro, and he has 2 titles, last year's SMX Championship. Obviously, he's in play to win that again this year as the playoffs begin September 7th. Vial 2nd overall for the day. Deegan's 110 was good enough for 3rd. Hymas just off the podium 4th. Swoll, another good run, 5th in the Triumph. Boomer was 6th. Those are the standings. Pretty much assured all these positions, for the most part, locked down, as we have one more Pro Motocross race to go at Ironman. Looks like it's going to be Deegan, Kitchen, Vial, Hymas. Maybe Masterpool can leapfrog Shimoda for 5th in the series next weekend, because Shimoda will be out with a collarbone injury suffered last weekend. And the SMX points, Deegan, unless there's a disaster next weekend, will be the #1 seed, but that is not clinched, because they're still within 1 race. Kitchen 35 points down, so we'll see. Those points will reset. Deegan would have a small 3-point lead over Kitchen when the playoffs begin, if he holds on for that #1 spot. And then we'll start at ZMAX Dragway in Charlotte in about 3 weeks' time. So those are the combined standings. That's the 250 class from Budds Creek. Let's talk to Brian Deegan.
Well, Brian Deegan, you got me with champagne, but this has to be such a proud moment for you. The work goes on behind the scenes. I see you doing more work than half the people here. You're videoing gates, doing all the prep work, stuff at home. Tell us what it feels like here to be with your son in a championship.
Yeah, it's hard to explain. So many years, so many moments, so many hours, so many miles driven. Like, what the hell? So many hours put in. And yeah, it's great to come to the race on the weekend. Everyone gets to see the excitement, but it's during the week that the work goes down. So many long hours, very hot days. You know, days that, I mean, both of us are, you know, like, man, we got to go, put in the work today. And you got to, if you want to win, you got to do it. There's no, like RC said, there's no magic pill to it. You have to do the work. And I'm just super proud of Haiden for making that choice to choose the hardest sport in the world and just take the risk, put in the work, and I'm a super proud dad because of that and the discipline he has to choose this sport. So yeah, it's been very emotional.
Long time coming. Enjoy it.
It's a good moment right here. I got to wonder, James, you were winning titles at a very young age. Is it almost lost how significant it is when you're that young? Is it almost like you look back later and realize what it really is like?
Yeah, I mean, he's super happy right now, and I think the biggest thing is once he sees his dad and his family, that makes him feel good. But he won't understand this until he has his own kids, how special this moment is, because even when he won that championship, he was talking about, I want to win more. Like, I want to dominate these guys. So as much as he appreciates it, like he doesn't really understand how cool this is. And it's something that is always to be with him and how young he is. But he's always had that pressure to be winning. People always expect it. So Haiden Deegan, congratulations, kid.
Hi folks, Lee Diffie from NBC Sports here. If you truly enjoyed what you just watched, you can get more news, interviews, and highlights by subscribing to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube page. You can get it all, so go for it.